Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Snarkbait. I'm Christy.
I'm Sophie, and we have such a fun DT for you guys today. We're talking about the Kymanda divorce rumors, Paige Lorenze and Hallie Batchelder collabing, Kris Jenner's very nefarious birthday party, and Meghan and Prince Harry getting their photos taken down. Let's talk about it. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Let me tell ya. I am in New Orleans.
No, we're
Just
in the
for a little.
NOLA, baby.
We in the NOLA, baby. Just for a quick little weekend, and I ordered coffee, and because we're recording really early. First of all, did not realize that New Orleans is central. I didn't realize it was a different time zone than New York. So there's that fun fact. And I ordered a pot of coffee to, record because I can't function without it. And they were like, "Would you like to throw in a beignet?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And it's a massive platter of beignets, which you know what? I might as well because I'm in New Orleans. We in the NOLA.
When in Rome, you have to eat a beignet when you're in NOLA.
Yeah. So,
It was
yeah.
so funny because before you joined, Jordan and I were on the recording, and she goes, I'm worried because New Orleans is an hour behind New York. So I hope Sophie knows that. And like, I'm not even shading you because I've made
No,
this mistake.
no, it was perfectly understandable.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. But we made it. We're on time. We both have our coffee. We
Hmm.
have much to discuss. It is
Yes.
Friday, November 14th. And we have a couple of like I don't know. We have Bravo things to talk about. We have influencer things to talk about. We have Kris Jenner to talk about. We have DEOs and LEOs, like so
Hmm.
many things. So before we get started, Soph, anything else you want to discuss up top?
Uh, let's just get into it. Let's just dive right in, baby.
Okay, so a corrections corner. In last Dark Energy Tuesday, I talked about Raina Greenberg of Girls Gotta Eat's Halloween costume, and I kept referring to it as a Dia de los Muertos makeup costume, whatever. It's actually La Katrina costume. And I hope I'm not saying it in like the Spanish tongue, so I apologize for that. But just a PSA, I represented the makeup and the costume incorrectly. It's a La Katrina costume. It represents a satirical commentary on vanity, social status, reminding people that death is the great equalizer. And the La Katrina costume is a symbol of Dia de los Muertos, which views death as a natural part of life rather than something to be feared. So I wanted to just call that up top because a baby snark, who is a Latina baby snark, mentioned it. So I wanted to just correct myself from last week.
Thank you for the correction, and thank you to the baby snark who corrected us. We know that we mess up quite often because we're
Yeah.
human. So we can't learn if you guys don't tell us. So thank you for flagging that, and thank you for correcting, Christy.
Absolutely.
Did you
Okay.
wait? Did you see the Spotify comment the other day that was like, Sophie cannot pronounce words correctly? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's me. I'm
Oh my God.
sorry.
You always pronounce things correctly.
No,
It's
I
always me
don't.
that incorrectly pronounces things.
No, it's literally always me pronouncing things incorrectly, but it's fine. I learn as I go. And I
Yeah.
have a conspiracy theory that people who pronounce things incorrectly are actually smart because we're used to reading words on a page and not saying them out loud. No? Okay.
See, my thing is I never have to really read. I'm always in numbers. So when I'm presented with something like we were just doing our ad reads, I crumble. Sophie's a natural. She should be like a commentator or just like an ad reader or a voice. You should do voice work. Speaking of my voice work, you could do voice work.
People don't want this voice. People do not
No,
want this voice.
no, they hate our voices. But you know
Um,
what? I don't mind your voice. I think your voice is it adds brevity to a conversation. It's
thank
fun.
you.
It's kitschy. It's cute.
Thank you. She goes, I don't mind your voice. I know everyone hates it. I don't mind it, you know?
It's not a compliment to say that my voice is nice.
You're like, you're all right, kid. You're all right. You're not
You're on
bad.
your own, kid.
I want to talk about Kyle and Amanda from Summer
Pl-
House. Can we
Okay,
talk about
please,
this?
because you flagged this to the Snarkbait team like a week and a half ago, and there have been
Yes.
articles that have kind of been leaked or talked about on page six. I want you to talk about like where you heard this rumbling of a rumor that they're getting divorced, what you think about the recent articles ahead of season Summer House premiering in a couple months. Like, tell me everything.
Okay, so basically, I flagged it to the Snarkbait group chat that Bravo and Cocktails had posted about Kyle and Amanda being on the rocks. And for some reason, it's been how many years now of that being reported? Like it's nothing freaking new. But for some reason I was like, this feels different because there were like multiple different submissions and multiple different like sources, it seemed like kind of confirming the same thing separately. I was like, I don't know, something about this really feels uh real this time. I don't know why. And yeah, I'm looking at the Bravo and Cocktail submissions. Not sure if you've heard anything. Guess we'll see at Bravocon. Uh, but I could see it being amicable because of all the joint ventures. This coworker of mine said flat out that they broke up. It's not that they're hearing, it's actually like a fact, is what one of these submissions. And there were a
Wow.
bunch. There were a bunch. And so I sent it to the group chat and everyone was like, it's like this is always like, first of all, how legit is Bravo and Cocktails, which I know, but also like we hear about it all the time that Kyle and Amanda are on the rocks. But then Page Six reported that they are living separately. And look, obviously, this could be to drum up publicity for the new In the City spinoff because it was just posted about on Bravo's Instagram. So everyone's like, so obviously this could just be to drum up publicity for their new In the City spinoff, but it like feels different because why? The concept of lying about like living separately from your spouse just to drum up publicity for a show that Summer House fans are going to watch anyway. Like they can't be that desperate, right? Like this feels real.
Yeah, and I was shocked to see Page Six reporting. Basically, the headline was something to the effect of they're going through a challenging time, Kyle and Amanda. And this literally was like 3 days after Sophie had read that headline from Bravo and Cocktail's Instagram account. And we were thinking, oh my God, like when you think about celebrity breakups, anytime it is reported by people or like some reputable source, you know that the news happened actually probably like 8 to 12 weeks prior. People aren't breaking up and then reporting it that very next day. It's always a delayed kind of lag time for the
Mhm.
dust to kind of settle, for both parties to kind of just like sit with it, let their family and friends know, and then they report it. So the fact that Page Six wrote that Kyle and Amanda are going through a hard time makes me feel like there is certainly weight to this theory of Bravo and cocktails. And if my theories are correct, and the fact that there's always this feels like a soft launch of a divorce to come, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That Page Six
Abs
article.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Uh And I mean, yeah, like I said, I feel like Kymanda rumors are always happening, but it just like feel like them living separately. Like that's a thing that I'm stuck on. Like that's a big deal to be living separately from your spouse. Um, and now it's not just Page Six reporting it. It is Us Weekly, Cosmo.
No way.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah. So if there's
there's
multiple sources,
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'm obviously still gonna watch the spinoff regardless. I'm also kind of like, okay, is this gonna be like if they're not actually divorcing and it's gonna be the same Kyle and Amanda storyline where it's like, do we want kids? Do we not? Kyle's a DJ now, so he gets home at 4 a.m. Like we've done this for how many freaking seasons in a row? Literally like 10 seasons in a row of Summer House. So I hope, honestly, I hope it's either I mean, I don't want people to be unhappy. I'm not wishing badly on anyone, but it's like they need to do something.
there's an annual cheating rumor about Kyle that shows
Yeah.
up in on Dumois, I swear, every summer. He's
Yeah.
cheating in Charleston. He got, fucked up in New York City and he was out till 6 a.m. and he cheated on her at a random bar. There's constantly cheating rumors. And I think that when Amanda broke away, because you have to think about it. Not only is she emotionally, legally tied to Kyle via marriage, but her career is also tied to
Hmm.
Kyle. And that was a whole contention in their relationship. And on one season of Summer House, where she was like, I don't want to quit my 9 to 5 because if I start working for Loverboy full time, that means I'm always going to be tied to you. And ultimately, she did make that decision to choose Loverboy full time for her job. But I think when she started her swim line, I think she got the feeling of what it's like to be financially, maybe not financially independent, but to earn money outside of Kyle. And I feel like
Hmm.
that might have sparked something in her. This is all speculation, of course, but it's sad because every summer you see the same fight happening again and again. And I can't even imagine like living it and then having to watch it back. That must be super tough. And then for you to go into yet another summer having the same fight and being like, at what point do we just call it quits?
Yeah.
Is like, and you know what sucks is I actually think they're really good people independently, but I think Amanda never, she doesn't want to have kids with Kyle. I think that's what it comes down
Yeah.
to, like
I mean,
genuinely.
I agree that I think they're both great people independently. Like we've watched them for a long time now. I like both of them as individuals. I just don't, they're not good together. And I feel like that's like been established. And also we're recording on Friday, November 14th, and this weekend is Bravocon. So I guess we'll see, what content comes out at Bravocon, which by the way, the concept of Bravocon to me, I always go through like a phase where I'm like, yeah, like I'm definitely going to go to Bravocon this year. It'll be so fun. Like I'm definitely going to go get some good content, boots on the ground for like the podcast or whatever. Um, Something about it really scares me. Like I feel like I would be extremely overstimulated.
I honestly would not like going. And to be clear, I would be such a fangirl. Like I know that when I'm actually on the ground, I will be so excited to meet like all my favorite Bravo celebrities. But like the thought of it and just I think it's less of I think it's more about just people screaming, fans, and
Hmm.
just like crowds. I don't know. That all stresses me out. And I just got back from Vegas. Vegas is just not for me. I don't like it. It's too overstimulating for me in general, the city. So I can't imagine coupling like one of my least favorite cities with a bunch of screaming fans, including myself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm above it.
They're treating it's somewhere where they're treating Tom Schwartz and uh Carl Radke and Austin Kroll like they're the Beatles. You know? Like they are getting treated like rock stars. Brittany Bateman, like I don't know, something about it I'm just like, "Oh God." And now we're like, just pumping up their egos.
What was I gonna say? When you were at Amanda's Vaseline event, Kyle, you said did show up briefly, and then he had to go to a DJ event with Meredith Marks.
Yeah, yeah, he was there earlier in the night, but I didn't see him because he left before I
Oh,
left.
okay. I was gonna say, what was their dynamic when you were boots on the
No, but we
ground?
asked, I was talking to Amanda and I was like, "Oh, where's Kyle?" And she was like, "He's going to DJ at the Central Park Amazon party with DJ Meredith Marks." And I was like, "That's an original sentence. That's never been said before." But yeah, he was there earlier that night supporting her and I don't think it's weird that he didn't stay the whole night because he had to go DJ, like he had a work commitment. So, I didn't think anything of it. But if I had seen these rumors before the Vaseline event, I would have obviously tried to investigate. I would have, put on my
Yeah.
little detective monocle and, uh,
Monaco.
you know, um, so yeah, I'm mad that these rumors didn't come out last week. But I don't know. Either way, I just want Kyle and Amanda to be happy because, like we said, I individually really like both of them. So.
Yeah. What I will say is that if I were to go to Bravocon, it would actually be so fun to go with like you and obviously
Yeah,
the
wait,
Snark Bait
Jordan.
team.
Jordan, our producer, was like, guys, like, we should go like together as a group.
Mm.
And I was like, I am terrified of BravoCon. But I feel like, if we were together, maybe it would be less intimidating, I guess.
I think it would be so funny to see all of us interact with our favorite Bravo celebrities. Like it would just be that would be the event in and of itself to just see Bravocon through everyone else's eyes and myself. But do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
seeing Olivia run up to like someone or seeing you freak out over someone.
I would be like crying like I'm seeing Beyonce at like Lisa Barlow,
Who
you
would be the
know?
Bravo celebrity that you think you're most excited? You would be most excited to see.
Ooh, that's a tough question to answer on the spot. I would be really excited to see Giselle from Potomac, because I love her. I would definitely be really excited to see all of the Salt Lake City Housewives. Like those are my two favorite Housewives franchises right now. I feel like there's no one from like any other Housewives franchises really. And then obviously you have I'm not moved by the Summer House cast because I feel like I've seen so many of them all the time living in New York.
Right.
But I feel like seeing, Vanderpump slash The Valley OGs like Tom Schwartz, I would be excited to see. I would be one of those people treating him like he's like a Beatle, Ringo Starr, you know? Um, who else? I feel like that's probably it. What about you?
What you said about Summer House, I would say about Vanderpump, just because I've
Mm,
been to Sir
yeah.
for Pride back in the day. But I think for me, maybe the OG Roni cast.
Oh, yeah.
Like Sonia Morgan, Luann,
Yeah.
Ramona, even though like Ramona's horrible, I would just love to see her in the flesh.
In the wild. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that video of someone meeting Vicky Gunvalson and actually sobbing that they're meeting her? That also would be me with
Kodo
Vicky
Insurance.
Gunvalson. Kodo Insurance. Now, a quick ad break to talk about Lola blankets. It's so cold in New York and it's only November, and I know I won't be able to make it through the winter without my handy dandy Lola blankets. You guys know how obsessed with them we are. They're truly the softest blankets in the entire world, and they make the perfect gift. Literally, you're giving someone the gift of warmth and coziness when you give them a Lola blanket this season. You're wrapping someone you love in a warm hug. What's better than that? So, if you're stuck on what to give someone this holiday season, I promise the number one blanket in the world is your best bet. Whether you're shopping for your SO, a friend, a family member that either loves to be a host or a home buddy, you truly can't go wrong. Lola blankets have over 10,000 five-star reviews for a reason. I love cuddling up in my huge size large blanket and highly recommend it either for a cozy throw blanket on the couch, an extra layer for your bed in the wintertime. But also, don't miss their therapeutic weighted blankets too, or their matching pillows that you can save on when you bundle. Give the gift of softness this holiday season with Lola blankets. And for a limited time, our listeners are getting a massive 40% off their entire order at lolablankets.com by using code SNARK at checkout. Just head to lolablankets.com and use code SNARK for 40% off. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Now, a quick ad break to talk about Olive and June. You guys know by now, we hate going to the nail salon for a myriad of reasons. Who has 2.5 hours to just sit there, by the way? Problem is, like many of you, we still love having our nails done. That's where Olive and June comes in. Olive and June has everything you need for a salon quality manicure in one box. Salon grade tools, 6 polishes to choose from that don't chip and last over 7 days. If you're more of a gel girly, their gel mani boxes come with a 5 finger LED lamp and HEMA free gel polish that lasts 21 days too. Each manicure comes down to just a few dollars each. Salon quality, but so much more affordable. And without the freaking salon appointment, Olive and June is a perfect fit for our crazy lives. Whether I am doing my own manicure before an early recording, doing it on the love sack couch while watching my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, it's so fast and easy to squeeze in. Basically, Olive and June is perfect for the busy baby snarks out there who also might hate having their nails done, you know? Visit oliveandjune.com/snark20 for 20% off your first Manny system. That's oliveandjune.com/SNARK20 for 20% off your first Manny system. Okay, what should we talk about next?
Okay, so I had to do market research last night. I was so freaking tired, but I knew we were recording. And because we have a business that we're passionate about, and I knew the baby snarks would want to hear like a recap of Paige Lorenze on Hallie Batchelder's Extra Dirty. I saw it on the NYC Influencer Snark, people saying that she was, I guess Paige is releasing a Dairy Boy like capsule collection of blue sweats, like a sweatshirt and matching sweatpants, light baby blue with like a milk jug on like the butt.
Ew. Ew. Why is there a
And
milk jug on the butt?
and I guess in the marketing campaign, her and Hallie were on the ad together, which is why she was on Extra Dirty. Like that was the reason. So of course I had to watch it. And, I was watching it while I was brushing my teeth before bed, while I was like turning down, my normal turn down service, put the hatch light on, was
Uh-huh.
drying my hair. So I watched it on 2x speed, and I want to just talk about a couple highlights that I thought were interesting. First of all, I know nothing about Hallie Batchelder other than the fact that, about like that Wes Wilson rumor that
And
her
also
and
that
Wes.
she doesn't believe in condoms.
Yes. Between those two things and the fact that she's Alex Cooper's new sidekick, what Alex Cooper wanted Alex Earl to be, but Hallie Batchelder took Alex Earl's place. I know nothing about Batchelder.
And the fact that her podcast is called Extra Dirty. So it's like you don't believe in condoms. You've admitted to having anal allegedly with Wes Wilson, and your podcast is called, it has the word dirty in it.
I actually hate that name, Extra Dirty.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like an extra dirty, like martini, but like with
Yeah.
a double entendre because she's always talking about like sex, which is great. Like, I am all for people being open about talking about sex. Like, I'm not shaming that. It's what she says.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like I'm some prude. It's more so this could just be as if I'm like above it or whatever, but it just feels so vapid. And I genuinely felt like I lost brain cells while
Yeah. Wait,
watching it.
also, first of all, thank you for doing this research. But I just wanted to say really fast that like Hallie Batchelder's like dirty party girl image, where she's like dirty and greasy and hates condoms, whatever. I feel like Paige Lorenze has this very like clean girl image now with her like tennis swag, and she's so clean and perfect. So it feels weird. Like, it feels like a weird partnership to me.
That's such a good point. The juxtaposition between their two brands, Paige, the Ralph Lauren country club, New England clean girl aesthetic, farming, gritty, Hallie Batchelder partying in New York City with her dirty martinis and talking about her sexcapades. It's so different. So I found this partnership, especially Paige's decision to include Hallie on the marketing campaign, very odd. I had no idea they were even
Yeah.
friends, but I guess the two of them are actually related. I found out like Paige called her mom to validate like it's some like second cousin through Paige's mom's side. In any case,
What?
they were talking about how they both grew up summering in Nantucket Island and how Paige
Mm.
always knew about Hallie just through the social scene. And, Paige was like, growing up, I was such a serious competitive ski racer. I didn't drink. I was straight edge. So I didn't go out, but I always heard the lore about you, Hallie, and I always looked up to you and I thought you were so cool. And it's the entire first 25 minutes was Paige just showering Hallie with compliments. How smart you are, how business savvy you are, how genuine you are, how supportive of mine and other people's businesses you are. It just felt incredibly disingenuous from Paige's perspective. It was like almost laying it on too thick with the compliments. That could just be me being a hater, but I found that to be very odd. And Paige made a couple of statements. She goes, I don't really go on TikTok. Give me a break. We've done an episode on Paige Lorenz on Patreon, patreon.com/snarkbaitpod. And we kind of got a lot of heat for putting it behind a paywall. And it's not because we wanted people to come and convert to being patrons. It's because we are absolutely terrified of Paige, and reasonably so, because she subsequently blocked all of our accounts after she
Oh,
probably
she
came across something.
Yes, and we've gotten asked, our patrons know this because we talked about it on Patreon. We've gotten asked before if we get like blocked by influencers, and we really have never gotten blocked by anyone
No.
except Paige Lorenz.
Yes. And I just found that to be comical because I know from doing the research for that episode, and when we did an episode on Morgan Riddle, who's kind of her op in the tennis wag sphere, we
Hmm.
talked a little bit about Paige on that episode as well. And every TikTok I went to, Paige about her, about people talking about her, she would comment on it. So I know she's on TikTok.
Yeah.
Um, she was really, really pushing like I would say 50% of the podcast episode on how successful and huge, huge, huge of an endeavor Dairy Boy has become. She said that they're opening a store in Nantucket, and she feels like, I after summering and working in retail in Nantucket, I know exactly what the buyer wants, and I feel like Dairy Boy at our price point, there's not like a place where you can purchase clothing at our price point on Nantucket Island, and I feel like Dairy Boy is like perfect for like the aesthetic. I think that
What?
Paige is really trying to create Dairy Boy into like a Ralph Lauren. Do you feel
I
that
actually
way?
I saw it. I think that's a laughable concept, but I think it probably is true. And I saw a TikTok. I can't remember if it was a TikTok or like on Instagram, whatever. Either way, it was basically someone saying Dairy Boy is the next Ralph Lauren. And everyone was like, this has got to be a joke. Like no one actually thinks that. Except, there are those, I think they're really young, like her fans that love Dairy Boy, like college students and younger Gen Z. They think that she literally is the next Ralph Lauren. And I think that probably is what she's going for, honestly.
Yes, and I just had to look it up. Ralph Lauren founded his company in 1967. Like Ralph Lauren is a tried and true historical like American brand. Dairy Boy's like 5 years in the making. So I think it's kind of a slap in the face to compare the two because you really just cannot compare like at all. There is no comparison.
I mean,
But
it's like Ralph Lauren invented this certain aesthetic that
yes.
that Dairy Boy is also Dairy Boy, and we talked about this in our Paige Lorenze episode too, about how Dairy Boy can't decide what it wants to be. It's like, oh, like you invented camo, but now you want to be all like country club. Like, okay, so you're like country, but now you're country club, your tennis wag. Like it just is all over the place, the aesthetic of it. And now it's like,
Yeah.
oh, now it's all Ralph Lauren Country Club. Like, what?
People were asking on Reddit who actually is a purchaser of a Dairy Boy. And it's funny because I lived in San Francisco. I actually did live in the Marina, and that neighborhood gets a lot of hate because it is kind of like I feel like it's the West Village of San Francisco, like yuppies, like USC grads, like that kind of sorority fraternity. And people were saying it's that kind of girl that lives in the Marina, that walks around Union Street, donning Dairy Boy, but it's like younger people. It's kind of like what I would
Yeah.
feel call her daddy's demographic primarily is just a young, fresh out of college demographic of people that are wearing Dairy Boy. But yeah, she said a couple things about the brand, like you just mentioned. She said, I was making camo when it wasn't cool. And I was like, what the? That was such like a 90s look or early 2000s look. Like, what are you talking about before it was cool? It's always been
Camo has
cool.
always been cool.
Like I literally pulled up I just literally typed in 90s into Google just to prove my point. Like Destiny's Child wearing camo, Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton during the Simple Life donning camo like on the red carpet. Like this has been a tried and true trend forever.
Yeah. What about, okay, so I'm just looking at your notes here. She said she works a 9 to 5.
Please. P- please. I
Don't even fucking get me started.
because when we know for a fact she is so online on Reddit on TikTok, we always ask ourselves, and I think we talked about this on our Patreon episode. I would love to know what a day in the life of Paige Lorenze actually looks like because she is so incredibly online, so much so to the point where she's blocking Snarkbait Pod, my Instagram, your Instagram. So if you are working a 9 to 5, you probably just don't sleep because you work a 9 to 5, then you go home and you troll Reddit, you troll TikTok, and then you sleep for 2 hours. Like, please.
Just the concept of her thinking that she works 9 to 5. I'm sorry. It's not.
She's like, I go
I
to the office every day.
I'm not trying to diminish what she has built with Dairy Boy because it really is impressive. But
Agreed.
to act like she is like a 9 to 5 employee in the workforce is just like insulting to people that actually have. And she also like has been an influencer online. She grew up wealthy, has been an influencer online since forever. Like
She's OG.
she never actually worked a 9 to 5 in her life, like a real 9 to 5. She hasn't. So it's just kind of insulting to the real working class here, the workforce, I mean.
The work. Yeah. No, it's true. It's like you have no idea what it's like to wake up and answer a bunch of emails like from your stakeholders, from your cross-functional business leaders. Like you don't know.
You have no idea what it's like to log in for a cross-functional review.
No.
You have no idea what it's like to open a document that says OKRs for Q4.
Oh my God. But
No
if it were up to
idea.
her, if it were up to her, according to her, she says that she has built such a savvy business and such a savvy brand that she's bringing in the best of the best. Like her CEO is the best. Listen, I haven't actually looked into who she's hired. I'm sure she's hired great people to help run this. I'm not saying it's not a successful brand. It clearly is, but I think she's giving herself far more credit than I think she's deserving of, if that makes sense. Just based on her online activity and how she's constantly online. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. I'm kind of scared to say all this.
Don't be scared. No, I think that what it comes down to, and I didn't listen to this podcast. I think what it comes down to is that she's trying to like justify it to herself in a way, maybe. Like I think that she is, we know from, the history of photoshopping and kind of changing her look and her personality that she's someone who's deeply insecure, even though she has no reason to be. She's obviously beautiful, successful,
She has
has
everything.
she has
Yeah.
everything, has like a hot fiance. Like she literally has everything, but I think she's insecure deep down. So I think part of it is her trying to convince herself.
I think you hit the nail on the head. And I want to be clear. I know that she is like, I always say, I respect Paige Lorenze when it comes to her influencing. The way that she creates content is bar none, probably some of the best content I've ever seen. Like she is talented as
Wait,
shit.
but she blocked you. How do you see it now?
Well, what I used to be able to see it. God. But and I want to get into her acknowledging that she does in fact block people, but I think she is very talented at content creation. But I think when she talks about her business, you're so right. She doubles down on the fact that it's the best business that she has, like garments that are like they're worth the price point. They're not bad quality, like the bots are saying. Like she really continued to press on how savvy of a businesswoman she is. And I undoubtedly she does have a successful business, but I think she has an incredible team and she's been able to hire such an incredible team because of her background and like her connections.
Right.
Um, so I just like you can't have both without you cannot have all the success that she has without acknowledging the privilege that she's also had underneath her to even start her career to begin with. The people that she's been connected, like Armie Hammer, Tyler Cameron, Tommy
Yeah,
Paul. Um, you can't have one without the other, is what I'm saying.
totally.
Um, you and I could never start Dairy Boy and have it take off in the short amount of time that it did without having her connections.
Yeah.
But what she was saying about blocking people was she's like, I want to talk about why, I block people. And I want to actually just be truthful about this. She goes, I don't block people if they like a post or anything like that. I'm blocking people if I think what you're posting is sideways. She's like, the misconception is that I don't take criticism well. But it's because I'm an empath. Oh my, the eyes rolled to the back of my head.
Please, people who call themselves empaths are actually like sociopaths.
The least I hate when people self-describe. I'm the type of person, like, you don't need to tell us, babe, just show us.
Yeah, show us. Show, don't tell.
I'm an empath. She continues to talk about how much she's succeeding in business. And she's like, I can tell you, like, that the amount of hate that I've received online and the criticism that I've received online has never limited my ability to push product. Like, my business has never been as successful as when I receive hate, which, like, I don't doubt that is, in fact, the case. I think for as
Yeah,
much hate as she has that same amount of like followers and diehard Dairy
totally.
Boy and Paige Lorenz
Totally.
stands.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was so comical that she was like, I don't take criticism well because I'm so empathic.
E- empathetic with who? Like herself? What does that even mean? Like, what is she even saying? She's an empath, so that's why she blocks people. So she's an empath towards herself.
Yeah. Like I think that's not the definition of empathy, and I need to look it up because I'm like I
To
don't
be
want to misspeak.
clear, to be clear, that makes zero sense,
Okay,
according
empathy
to Jordan.
definition: the ability to understand and share the feelings of another.
Right.
But I think you're right. It's like I think she's misrepresenting what being an empath really
Is she
means.
trying to say that she like feels feelings?
It's like, dude, I feel my own feelings too when I'm when I'm like down
Right,
bad and
right.
when people
But
say
that's not
bad
what
shit
being,
about us.
but that's not what being an empath is.
Right. So yeah, she's
Wait, also, okay, so I'm just looking at your notes, sorry. I like how she said there's nothing hotter than a masculine thing with a woman's touch. You steal your dad's Carhartt and then you crop it.
she's like, I really lean into outdoor gear because that's how I grew up. I grew up hunting, fishing, and there's nothing hotter than a woman wearing menswear. She acts as if
Wait,
she created that concept.
She also acts like she grew up like in a log cabin in the woods. She grew up in a very wealthy suburb in Connecticut
They were
in a
summering in
McMansion,
Nantucket.
summering in Nantucket. Like, what do you mean? Like she was like hunting and gathering.
If it were up to her, she was like killing the deer, putting it into the pot for venison stew, and also
Stop.
picking berries for smoothies. Hmm.
She was like, I'll clean the deer. Like, what?
Like, what are you talking about?
Please, please, Paige, come on.
Please. That's so funny. I'll clean the deer. She also said that her tennis content is her highest performing content that she ever puts on, but she's like, it's the least interesting thing about me because she loves to talk about how she was a competitive ski racer and how, that's really interesting about her. The fact that she's a business owner and she goes, the Hallie goes, do you ever ask Tommy about, your business or like get his feedback? And she goes, bless his heart. He's not really business minded. He's very simple. But she meant it in an endearing way, but she's like, he is the most simple, like truest form of what Dairy Boy represents, which is like the simple pleasures in life. Hunting,
What?
fishing,
Wait, but also the fact that she
picking
says
flowers.
picking,
I don't know, I made that
like
last part up.
what? No, picking berries. He's hunting and gathering.
Pruning flowers.
No, but like it's such a contradiction. It's like, so my tennis content gets the most engagement, but it's actually the least interesting thing about me. And it's like, okay, then what? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like a contradiction in a way. Um, I don't know. I'm like very confused by her.
And for anyone who's saying like we're just jealous, to be clear, I am jealous of Paige Lorenze. Like I wish I looked like that. I wish I had the money she did. I wish I had a hot feel. Like I this is my like jealous side coming out. And I can like I'm self-aware enough to say like she is so to me, like visually, like she's so pretty, but like the the hypocrisy and just like what she puts
Yeah.
out is so untrue to herself. And I just wish she could see like you are just perfect the way you are. You don't need to like prove or be so insecure. Like there's nothing to be insecure about.
Right.
It's almost like the self-hatred that's coming across so much on the screen that I don't like seeing. It's disingenuous.
Yeah. I think that's what um, I think there's a lot of inner turmoil. And I think that this is something that we talk about a lot. It's like, yeah, like someone's life could look really perfect on Instagram, and these influencers are literal professionals at making sure their lives look perfect on Instagram, but you never know like what's actually happening. Like Paige doesn't know who she is. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of just inner turmoil. Like don't be jealous of someone like that. Like yeah, she might look perfect on the outside, and then you hear an interview like this and it's like you just don't know who you are. But like
Yeah.
again, like not taking away from her success. Like she has been so successful. She has
So
built
successful.
something really huge and popular and incredible with Dairy Boy. So good for her.
Now, a quick ad break to talk about Born shoes. Even though I live in SoCal and it's 75 degrees most days, it is still boot season, and I'm obsessed with my new brown suede boots from Born Shoes. They're perfect for fall, stylish, and most importantly, they're comfortable. I literally could walk Hank for miles in these, but I also can wear them to work or out to dinner with the girly pops too. Born shoes are made with the best, highest quality leather. They're lightweight, supportive, and perfect for literally any occasion. Go to bornshoes.com today for a 15% discount plus free ground shipping on all full-price shoes when you use our promo code SNARK. That's promo code SNARK for 15% off and free shipping, available exclusively to our listeners for just a limited time.
Speaking of people that don't know who they are, I want to talk about like Kris Jenner's birthday party and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry being there, but then trying to like erase evidence that they were there.
There are so many ways that this conversation can be had, like why that photo was taken down. I'm curious what you think.
So I think it was because they and people are like, oh, it's Remembrance Day in the UK, and Prince Harry was wearing a poppy, but Meghan wasn't. And everything that Meghan does or doesn't do, like doesn't wear a poppy, is going to be torn apart by the press, especially the British press.
Yes.
I think it could be that. I think it's more because I personally think this. I obviously don't know for a fact. This is speculation. I think it's because they didn't want everyone to know that they were being seen with the Kardashians, even though they literally were seen with the Kardashians and the evidence isn't going to go away.
Right.
I think they've realized they maybe had some regret after the fact and realized it's maybe a little misaligned with what they're trying to have their brand be. But I don't think they even know what they want their brand to be. Like, that's what's so confusing. And I am such a Meghan Markle defender and
Me
proponent
too.
for her. And I always will. We both are. We always will
Hmm.
be. But I feel like she just doesn't know who she is or what she wants to be. And going to something like Kris Jenner's birthday party with all of these billionaires and the Kardashians, it's like I feel like it goes against what they are trying to, I don't know, the image that they're trying to
To
portray and they've
create,
been trying to
yes.
portray since they left the royal family, you know?
I think that Harry specifically, I I read his book and I was like an avid viewer of The Crown. Like, I do know a bit about the royal family, and I feel a certain type of way towards Harry because I feel as if he never stood a chance to really understand what it's like to be a real adult in the real world. And I think it's heartbreaking that he and William and he and his father probably aren't on the best terms. Um, King Charles has cancer, and we don't know how much longer he has. His mom died at such a young age. Like all of this, I feel like Harry has had a very difficult life for all things considered. And I
Yeah.
hate that he hasn't been able to reconcile with his family since he left the monarchy. But I think that he just, when he's living in this like seemingly normal life in Montecito, being best friends with Mindy Kaling, best friends with Oprah, best friends with Tyler Perry, it's like you're almost like this toddler that's like being thrust into like I don't know, like he can't be a real adult, and I feel like Meghan is trying to continue hanging on to some kind of fame and relevancy because at the end of the day, she was seeking that at one point. She was on Suits,
Yeah.
she was trying to make it as an actress. Like there'll always be a part of Meghan that desires some semblance of like notoriety and fame, but I feel like with Harry not understanding how to be an adult in real life and with Meghan wanting to find her place in Hollywood without seeming too thirsty, it's almost like they're behaving almost too thirsty now. And I feel like they don't know how to pull it back anymore because they've tried endeavor after endeavor. It's failed. They
Yeah.
had that podcast, it failed. She had her Netflix show. People didn't really care for it. People trolled it.
I
She
feel
has
like
her,
people watch the Netflix show, but they like hate watch it.
I, I mean, it comes as no surprise that I loved it.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah,
Like
of course.
loved it. I
Yeah.
watched it with Shannon when I was at her house like last year, and she's like, "God, can we turn this off?" I was like, "I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to
There's
turn it
a there's
off."
a holiday special coming.
Yeah,
So
like
get excited.
it's fun, it's light. You get your
Yeah.
mind off of it. I just feel badly. I don't know. I feel badly for them, and I
Yeah.
feel like Meghan being friends with the Kardashians, Harry being friends with the Kardashians, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Again, they're in that world. They're friends with Tyler Perry, Oprah,
Right.
and all these other people. But it's like for you to then like redact that and demand that they take it off their Instagram, like you're actually
Yeah.
making it worse. No one would have been talking about it if you hadn't requested for those photos to be removed. But now it's a thing, and now here we are.
Yeah.
And I try to
Yeah.
defend you, Meghan and Harry, but you make it really hard.
It's like the Streisand effect. And I talked about this when we recorded our Thursday episode yesterday. So, and I'm pretty sure I talked about it, Frankenstein, the new Frankenstein movie. And Jacob Elordi, I said this when we recorded the Oscar. My point is that he's like Frankenstein's monster. He's so like innocent and like new to the world.
Yeah,
Where like
yeah.
he's kind of like a baby in this big body. That's how I kind of see Prince Harry. And I know that sounds
Yes.
really like patronizing or like I'm infantilizing him.
No, I don't think so. I know exactly what you mean. It does make sense. Just
Yeah.
knowing if you are used to literally people on your hand and foot, literally from the
Yeah.
moment you wake up to the second you go to bed, when you had to have security details surrounding your school campus, when you would go at like when you were a toddler, you don't know how to behave when you're just like,
Yeah.
okay, you're free. Go ahead and be. You're like, wait, but what am I? Who am I
Right.
if not a prince? It's
Right.
very, I don't envy the position that they're in. Of course I want the money, but like I just feel badly for them.
I know they're under so much scrutiny. And then I saw another theory that maybe they are trying to reconcile with the royal family
I hope so.
and that this would have been like them being pictured with the Kardashians would have been an obstacle for that. So like that's another theory. I don't really know. But again, it's like who else was there? Mark Zuckerberg, obviously Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez, Oprah, Carter Gregory. Carter
I swear to
Gregory, is that
God,
where?
we need to do an episode on Carter Gregory. His entire existence is so confounding to me, or his
Yeah, like where did he
ties.
come from? Beyonce and Tina, like literally the who's who of the billionaire class.
It felt so insidious to me this entire birthday just because of the powerful players.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is like literally an Illuminati meeting."
It
Um,
does feel that way. I'm like, this is probably like how Jeffrey Epstein's parties, like the type of crowd is what I'm saying. The most powerful players in the world. I'm shocked Donald Trump wasn't there. Seriously.
no, yeah, totally. I think it also is just I think it's one of those things that like doesn't really like meet the moment, you know? Like we have like millions of Americans that are about to lose their SLAP benefits.
SNAP benefits, yeah.
SNAP benefits. I'm sorry. And I know I mentioned this on Trigger Warning Ryan Bailey. We have millions of Americans that are about to lose their SNAP benefits. And then you have this billionaire party that is like the most glitz, glam, over the top, ostentatious.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, it just doesn't I feel like it just came out at a moment where people are like, "Oh my God, like ew. Ew." Like it's just a bad look. And then you have like again, you have Meghan Markle and Prince Harry there and it's like, "What are you doing?" You know? But
You know what it's kind of reminding me? Oh, sorry, keep going.
I was just gonna say, like you said, it's not surprising, but at the same time, it's like, what? Like, I want to, I do want to guide them. I want to help them. Like, I want to be like, who is doing your like
PR.
PR? And I think part of it is that they don't listen to their PR. I think that Meghan does their PR.
I mean, there's no one working PR over at the
Yeah,
Markle, uh, uh, the Sussex residence.
right.
But what was I going to say? Jeffrey Epstein is to Prince Andrew as Kris Jenner is to Meghan and Harry. I'm not saying like that they're the
Wait,
fact that
say that again. Say that again.
Jeffrey Epstein is to Prince Andrew as Kris Jenner is to Meghan and Harry. Like you have these very powerful people,
Mm,
powerful Americans tying themselves to British royalty. And if you guys know anything about the Kardashians, like I have a very weird relationship with the Kardashians because I enjoy them as people, but I think there's something incredibly insidious about the family. And if you
hmm.
guys have not listened to our Corey Gamble episode, we go into that basically. It's not just about Corey Gamble in that episode, it's about his ties and him potentially being a Hollywood fixer and the Kardashian Jenner clan kind of being like the gangsters of Hollywood. Like there's so much lore to Corey Gamble and the overall
Hmm.
Kardashian empire that's goes far it's far deeper than I think what we just see
Yeah.
in the funny clips. And I'm Todd Cranes. Like it's really is really seedy and scary. And I think seeing another British monarchy member kind of tying themselves with the Kardashians, it feels weird. And I'm not saying that Meghan and Harry are like Prince Andrew at all. I don't think that whatsoever. But it just I don't like this pairing.
Yeah, that's an interesting comparison that I feel like we could do a whole deep dive on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Lou Taylor being there. Like it's just
Oh, I mean, when you got Lou Taylor, then we need to talk about Brittany Murphy, Ashton Kutcher, P. Diddy,
right.
Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner. Like if you get all these people are tied in some which way. Lou Taylor and Britney Spears, Lou Taylor and Diddy, Lou Taylor and Kris Jenner, Lou Taylor and Kim Kardashian. Like all of this is in a web.
Oh my God.
Well, speaking of dark energy,
Yeah, let's get into our dark energy objects of the week. What is yours, Christy?
printers. I'm
Why?
really
Because they never work.
uh, when I tell you I have a printer, it's worked, but like it's been a little hiccupy. I changed my Wi-Fi password because it used to be like the numbers and the letters, so I changed it to something very simple. And I think I disconnected my printer. When I'm telling you, I spent probably 2.5 hours. Like you always say, Christy's our CTO with technology. I can figure out how to like put together fancy cameras. I can figure out how to diagnose anything. The printer, it's like I feel like I'm reading hieroglyphics when I'm trying
Yeah.
to understand like the printer instructions and how to connect it to the Wi-Fi, connect it to my phone. It's so frustrating.
They literally never work. That's the thing. They never
Ever.
work. Ever. Ever. Like, someone should invent a printer that works.
Why is it so hard?
Why is
Because
it
I
so
think it's like
hard?
hardware and software mixed together, and then the connection through Bluetooth and like Wi-Fi. It's so difficult for me to try and figure out.
I love how in 2025 we thought there'd be like flying cars. We can't even get printers that work.
Yeah, it's like we're Elon Musk is literally developing like a chip for like blind people to be able to see again. We can't get a printer to work.
No.
What
So
is yours?
I, what are your thoughts on Southwest
I
Airlines?
fucking hate Southwest.
I
I
hate it. So
hate it.
never fly Southwest by choice, but it was a scenario where it was thrust upon me for this trip. And for some reason, I remember seeing the headlines about how Southwest was dropping their open seating policy. They're changing it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, great. Okay. Like I remember seeing it in the head. I don't fly Southwest. So I was like, yeah, they don't do that anymore. They still do it. They are changing it in 2026. So I didn't have my alarm for checking in. I
Oh,
ended up
yep.
I ended up checking in 3 hours after I was able to. So
It's
obviously
always me too,
I
by the
was
way.
in the C class. Third Wait, what was it on Titanic? Third class. Third class.
Yeah, yes. I think
It
third
also
class, yeah.
there was like first class, second class, third class. I was in C. Um, Henry and I both were. We were like, oh my God, we need to check in like at the same time. So we were like C20 and C21. We were like, there's no way we're gonna be able to sit together. We're gonna have middle seats separately. It's always so chaotic and stressful. It's just like a mob of people. Everyone is confused. Like it's always just so confusing and stressful. I hate it. I want
You
to
have
be
to,
assigned a seat. Assign me a seat, please.
and you have to ask people, what number are you? Oh,
Yeah.
C21. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm C22,
Yeah.
right behind
Yeah.
you.
And then also, if you're in C, you like automatically have to check your carry-on bag because there's not going to
Yes.
be enough overhead space. It's
Yes.
literally like, oh my God. And so, luckily, Henry and I actually got lucky. We found two aisle seats that were next to each other. I felt like the luckiest girl in the world. But
Karmic gods, yeah.
the girl next to me was saving the window seat for her friend that didn't check in on time. He was actually last to board. He was like, I didn't know about Southwest. I haven't done Southwest before. So he checked in right before the flight.
Oh,
And I was like, the fact that people can save seats is also messed up. Like people were walking by, they're like, is that seat taken? And she was like, I'm saving it for my friend. I was like, that's annoying.
yeah, that is okay. So when I was in Vegas, the only direct flight from Orange County to Vegas is Southwest, unless you want to
Oh
fly
God.
Spirit. So
Ugh.
when I've gone to Vegas the last couple of past months, I've had to fly Southwest,
Oh,
and
I would rather fly Spirit. Sorry.
I know at this point I'm ready to do that, to take the alternative. But I had to go to an event when I got back from my bachelorette party. I had to go straight to, like, sadly, a funeral. So I had to upgrade to like A, because I was like, I need to basically go straight from Orange County Airport to LA. And which obviously horrible idea, like landing from Vegas and then going to a funeral, like do not recommend. I was down bad for days. But when I tell you, when I got upgraded to A like five, I was Justin Bieber. Like I was up front, and you know, like the I'm crazy but you like that. Like I had my like tucked my hair behind my ear, and I'm like, am I
Yeah.
the most fabulous person?
Yep.
Just like the high that I got from them saying, now boarding A1 through A25, I was like, I'm crazy but you like that. Like I felt so cool. And you know
Yep.
what? Just to capture that high once again, I might swing maybe, $40 for that high one more time.
Oh, we tried, by the way. We
Did
tried. I
you?
was like, Let's pay them whatever they want."
Take what you need.
And
Like
then,
throw the card. Take
but
what you
they
need.
only, yeah, but they only reserve like A through A15. So like
Yeah.
enough people had already upgraded at that point that like we
Right.
were fucked.
Yeah.
Um, oh my God. I hate it so much. I hate it. But yeah, there's no better high than being one of the first to board in general, but
Yeah.
especially with Southwest.
Yep.
I
Average anytime. Yep.
It reminded me why I'm like, I don't do Southwest. And I like, thank God they're getting rid of this open seating policy in 2026.
It's barbaric. if I'm gonna be
It
honest.
actually does feel like okay, so this is one of my light energy objects. Are you watching Squid Game, the challenge?
Of course, no, because I don't watch anything that's good.
Oh, okay. So I actually am obsessed with Squid Game, the challenge. It's so fun. It's such a fun reality like competition. And the stakes are really high. It's for $4.56 million. And you didn't watch like the original Squid Game, right?
Mm-mm.
So
I don't do subtitles.
they do, Christy.
I just can't. I also don't like when they like dub English and then the mouths are moving in a different pace than what they're actually speaking. Okay, quick. I made Sophie laugh so hard at the fact that I don't do subtitles that she froze and we had to like restart the recording. That's how
Wait,
funny I am.
so you don't like the dubbing either.
No, like
The
I don't.
actors, I don't like dubbing. I would rather subtitles over dubbing. The actors who do dubbing are like the worst actors of all time.
Yeah. What's that about?
I don't like they can't find one good actor who like does dubbing work. How do you even like get hired for dubbing work? I always wonder this about like referees.
Yeah.
Like, how does a referee get that job, you know?
Right. And how do you know he's not an inside job?
Yeah,
Like
that's a great question.
he's not working for a team.
But yeah, so moral of the story is Squid Game the challenge. That is one of my so I was tying this back to Southwest because one of the games they do on Squid Game and Squid Game the challenge is called Mingle, where you have to like pair up with people and like it's like very stressful. I don't even know how to describe it. And that's what Southwest feels like. Like it feels like it's like some sort of like game where everyone is out for themselves. Like it's just really, really, really stressful. Like it does feel like life or death sometimes.
Yeah, I usually like murdery stuff, but I'm not really like a game show person, unless of course it's the traitors.
The traits is, oh, I love like reality competitions. You guys know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Survivor, Traders, Squid Game.
Also, I just have to shout out. Okay, so I we have our new fancy cameras, and if you guys go to youtube.com/ at snarkbaitpod, it's like full episodes, video version. And we're not using our fancy cameras today because Sophie's traveling. But in any case, I just need to call out the fact that my bronzer is not on my forehead, so I'm giving 5 finger forehead this morning. Like I just look there's no bronzer, so I just feel like I'm very insecure right now.
I would never, ever, ever notice that. You look beautiful.
Okay, thank you, but I don't, sometimes it's just like it's an
Wait,
aura. It's a thing.
I'm just like crying at the five finger four because remember we were talking about for context, you guys, if you missed this original episode, we were talking about like college ACB back in the day and what people would say about us on these online forums, and I was called like a McNut slut, and Christy was like, I was called five finger forehead.
And like again, many insecurities, but my 5 finger forehead is not one of them.
Nor should you. I've never looked at you and been like, hey, big head. Hey, big head.
I'm still dying about you. I'll claim the deer.
I'll clean the deer. That was Paige Lorenze growing up.
And the fact that you've like,
Venison stew.
and the fact that you've also interviewed her, it like makes it even funnier. Like the fact that you
I thought we had a connection and then she blocked me. I thought we had something special.
this is how you know Sophie's a real one. She doesn't let like she's not a cloud chaser because you know how cloud chasey like I would be. My ass would never say a thing. And you're like, we can do the episode, not a problem. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Sophie is not like Sophie. Like you just do what's right, and that's what I love about you. You're like, no, let's release the episode.
I fight for what's right.
You do.
Okay. Um, so my other light energy object is, and I meant to talk about this last week on DET, so I'm sorry that I'm a little delayed here. I just want to acknowledge Jonathan Bailey being named Sexiest Man Alive by People magazine. Correct. Like they finally got it right. After
Yeah,
years of Blake Sheldon,
it's so
uh
weird.
what's his name? Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
Um,
Yeah.
who else have they done where we're like, what?
Well, I mean, wasn't it Paul Rudd, which I totally stand by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the thing that makes it um hard, who was 2024? Is John Krasinski. 2023 was Patrick Dempsey. Okay, that Sure. Um,
But like, yeah, maybe in 2010. Like, what are we talking about here?
right.
They always try to be like, I hate when they do that. It's like we need someone of the moment, like Patrick Dempsey. I'm not saying he's not a hot man. Like, obviously, objectively, he has a
Yeah.
great career. He's handsome. But like, again, are we in a time capsule and you're trying to put the sexiest man alive from literally 2010 when he was like on
Right.
Anatomy? Like, don't insult my intelligence. Like,
Well, I know that people have to like agree to it, you know?
well, Patrick Dempsey was like, please. Oh my, he was
He's
probably like,
like,
he probably
yeah,
nominated himself
yeah.
from
So like,
2010.
like they definitely have asked, Ryan Gosling or like Timothy Chalamet or whatever. They're like, no, we're not going to do your People magazine photo shoot. Jonathan Bailey is like at the top right now. And
Totally.
I'm so glad that he agreed to it. Like, yes, correct. Jonathan
It's
Bailey is
suitable.
so freaking hot. And again, I know we've talked about this before. I love that he is an openly gay movie star.
Hmm.
I feel like I think that he actually was the first openly gay sexiest man alive. But I love that. I'm also so excited for Wicked 2. We already have our plans to go over Thanksgiving with all of the cousins like we did last year.
Oh,
I'm so
fun.
excited. I actually was listening to the Wicked soundtrack on my freaking Southwest flight. Um, I know. I also was like trying to like figure out how to hold my mic and I did like the Wicked riff and no one acknowledged it. Like Christy and Jordan were like, "Okay, let's get started."
I think
No one acknowledged it. I was like, "Oh,
I must
okay."
have missed that. Oh, well,
Oh.
speaking of people that we love, that we're loving to watch, Hannah C on TikTok, she's this 29-year-old creator who lives in Nashville, and she posts just homey content. She'll do like a day of my life, like wrapping up the workday, and she'll do it to like some melodic Taylor Swift, like string instrument, like background music. And she's so homey and cozy and comforting. Like she just has like the simple pleasures in life. You're winding down, you're turning down for the night, you're watching Gilmore Girls, you're cooking your meals, you're meal prepping, you put on your pajamas, you're lighting a candle, you're setting the mood. Like I just love watching her content. So Hannah C on TikTok.
I haven't heard of her, but I'm looking at her page now and I totally love the vibe.
Yeah, she's so cute and I like her voice and sometimes she'll do like just B-roll to like a Taylor Swift song or she'll talk to the camera and be like come with me to go to a super cute like town in Tennessee with me and my family. And then she'll narrate the entire thing like while she's walking. Like I just love her content. It's very peaceful. It's like shh, my show's on type
Hmm.
energy.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is my best friend Sarah told me about chamomile tea to help sleep, to help aid sleep, because I just have really bad high anxiety and I've read melatonin is not great to take like all the time. And I also have really crazy dreams when I take melatonin.
Oh shit. Should I
And
stop?
like you can take it sometimes, but I don't think it's like great like every night. And I also feel
Oops.
incredibly groggy when I take it as well. So chamomile tea, I got this huge pack, no joke, it's as big as me. This pack from Amazon for like 25 bucks of chamomile flowers. And I had this Xylitol kettle, and you can put the flowers in the strainer and boil it. So I boil it and I use it every night before I go to sleep.
Oh my God, love that. I've
Yeah,
never
so
been much of a tea person, but I feel like if I'm not supposed to take melatonin, I need an alternative.
yeah, and I like my xylitol like kettle because it has like the tea strainer, so you can put loose leaf tea in the strainer and boil it simultaneously, so that the tea is brewing in the kettle itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I blame my new melatonin addiction on you, Christy, because you gifted me the Let Me Sleep gummies as a gag gift, and now I'm addicted to them.
No, I am too. I'm the same way because ever since I gifted them to you and you're like they actually work great, they work almost too strongly. Like it
They
puts you to
knock
sleep
you out
almost. Yeah.
literally immediately. They knock you
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
And like
So
I love that.
right, me too, me too. But sometimes when we have to record super early, I always wake up super groggy and just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all she wrote, you guys, on Dark Energy Tuesday. Tomorrow we have an episode, a really fun one for you. Let me just check the calendar to make sure I don't misspeak. So, tomorrow we're talking about Sydney Sweeney, the GQ interview, all that fun stuff. And then on Thursday, we have a very, like, think about Kardashian adjacent,
Hmm.
like media and entertainment music mogul in Hollywood. That's the
Yep.
hint. and it's a man. So head on over to patreon.com/snarkbatepod if you want to hear about Sydney Sweeney and our thoughts on the GQ interview. We look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday if you're not a patron, and youtube.com/@snarkbatepod for full-fledged videos. Thank you to Jordan, Rachel, Olivia, Kartik, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.